We'll do number 10 together, the whole page, and then I will get you started on page 11 and let you finish probably the last 8 on your own. The first 2 on this page are like those you've done before. When you look at number 1, all you have to do on number 1 ultimately is to combine like terms. You can always do that when it's all addition like that and there's no distribution. So 2n plus 4n is 6n. 3 plus 5 is 8. And you're done with that one. Number 2 is a little different. This one you've got to do some distributing, so you can't just add straight across. So let's start with the first one. There's nothing to distribute on this one, so I can just simply copy it without the parentheses, negative 3h plus 2. This one requires distribution. 3 times 4h is plus 12h. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now I see I've got some like terms to combine. Negative 3h and 12h gives me positive 9h. Positive 2, negative 6 gives me negative 4. 9h minus 4. The difference is this one required distribution and this one did not. Now, these are adding. Come down here and look at the next 2. These involve, or at least this one involves subtraction. So we'll solve this, and then we'll solve this, which is essentially the same, except this plus is a minus here. And we'll see how it's different. Now let me go ahead and do this. This is very similar to that one, so I'll do the same procedure. 8x minus 3 plus 2 times 3x is 6x plus 2 times 1 is 2. There we go. I'm going to go back and combine my like terms. 8x plus 6x is 14x. Negative 3, positive 2 is minus 1. Now here's where we're going to have a difference, and it involves this subtraction symbol right here. The beginning part, we do exactly the same. 8x minus 3. Now, we're going to treat that whole thing as a negative 2. So we have negative 2 times 3x, which gives us negative 6x. Negative 2 times 1 gives us minus 2, negative 2. Whereas, when we were adding, all we cared about was this number. When we're subtracting, we've got to use the whole integer, the negative 2, and multiply to just distribute with the negative included. So we've got 8x minus 6x is 2x. Negative 3, negative 2 is negative 5. So that is page 10. Page 11 has a lot of these right here. I want to get you started on 2 of those and then let you proceed to do the rest. All right. Page 11. In algebra, remember, whenever there is a missing number, it's always understood to be 1. When you look at this first problem, you've got minus, and then you've got parentheses. Well, minus what? Before you can distribute, it might be easier to think of this as a negative 1, because having the minus is basically the same as multiplying negative 1 times everything inside. So once again, we're using that rule in algebra that anytime there's no number, it's an understood 1. Like for example, you see this x down here on number 8. That's a 1x. Then when you have exponents, you've got x squared, x third, x. If I don't have an exponent, it's just understood to be a 1. So back to number 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 5n is positive 5n. And then I've got this left over, minus 7n. So now when I combine like terms, I'm going to do my variables first. 5n minus 7n be negative 2n minus 1. The standard form in algebra, when you simplify an expression, is to do your variables first and your constants last. And if you have more than one variable, to do them in alphabetical order. Let's look down at number 2. 8 minus 7 times 7n minus 4. This time you've actually got a number there. So let's start. I'm going to bring down the 8. And then if you remember correctly, I'm going to use a lighter highlighter this time. If you remember correctly, this is going to be a negative 7. So when we start distributing, we'll use that as a negative 7. Negative 7 times 7n is negative 49n. Negative 7 times negative 4 is positive 28. Now I'll simplify by combining the like terms, starting with my variable, negative 49n. Then I've got 8 plus 28 would be plus 36. There we go. So I'd like to see you try the rest on your own. They're all identical to what we've done. There are a few that are easier. Number 5, number 6, and number 10 all have positive integers to distribute. Have at it.